Hello Aries, welcome to your October 2024 reading. My name is Nigel and you have found alchemy. Let's get started right away. Okay, so the only other sign so far that has pulled this card is Gemini. I don't know if you're dealing with a Gemini or if perhaps you have Gemini highly aspected in your chart. It may pay for you to watch that reading, but I just figured I would at least mention the sign in case that rings a bell for you. You have the card of separation here. And you know, this card is differentiation, divide, to cut away. It's the alchemical operation of the sword. It occurs when substances are pulled apart for their higher good, either willingly or unwillingly. This may be sudden. This may have been a slow burn. It may be painful. It may be traumatic. It just may be honestly stressful, depending on what you're separating yourself from. You could be separating yourself from somebody who has been wearing a mask here. Aries, you could be separating yourself from a family member, a work colleague, a boss, a job, obviously a romantic connection. But there is a separation here on the table, and you also have the red and white rose. The red and white rose, you know, that is number 70. This is number 59, by the way. I don't know if those numbers mean anything to you. This is like a vital force. It's an awakening. So you have awakened to something, or you're going to awaken to something this month. There is something that you're waking up to, waking up from. There is a merging going on here as well. The mixing of these two colors, the pink and the red, the red and the white do not create pink as they normally would. It's two separate colors merging together. This is also a very physical card, and it represents the body, the body's role in delivery, of the spiritual. So it's the body's role in delivering us to the spiritual. But there is definitely a separation going on here, an awakening. If you are awakening to somebody's BS this month, it looks like your body, you will have a physical reaction. Your spidey sense will tingle. You'll get a feeling, your intuition, but it's more than just intuition. It actually will be a physical feeling that you feel this month. You have the armadillo spirit here. This is number 3 in this particular deck. You probably noticed an armadillo. I'm going to put an armadillo as one of your clues before this video. You have the armadillo, and the armadillo obviously sets boundaries, right? They're known for resilience, adaptability. Now, in the Mayan culture, the armadillo is portrayed as a trickster spirit with its ability to curl up, and it's almost like cunning. It's not something you normally hear. It uses its body to protect itself. Definitely a key word is body. Definitely. Pay attention to your body this month. Your body's going to send you signals. Now, you also have here vulnerability. We don't know what this card means yet. It could mean that you are vulnerable in some way this month to someone. It could mean that there is one of your enemies has a vulnerability that you can tap into. One or the other. Here, for at least one of you, you have the family card here. Blood ties. So this could be, for some of you anyway, a family member that you're going head to head with, that there's something going on here within your family. Now, for others of you, this could be a job. And if that's the case, you're protecting your family, and you need your job to nourish your family. but family comes into this somehow. The oracle cards are puzzle pieces. We put them all together. We formulate different keywords, and then we apply them to our tarot at the bottom, along with numerology and a bunch of other stuff here. You do have energy, and yeah, it says, a light inside my fire divine, fill me, make me shine. Now, this is the number 13. And this energy card is right side up. And when a card is right side up, that is something you're going to have to seek, Aries. You're going to have to seek out the energy to get through this month. Maybe it's a physical thing, because I'm telling you, body has come up more than once. It could be you're physically tired. You have the pay me card here in reverse. Maybe there's someone who, it says, expect to receive money that is owed to you really soon, or someone could be helping you financially. This pay me card is in reverse. There could be money owed to you in this situation, for sure, that you are waiting for, that you haven't received. It says, here we go. Look, along with the family card, you have the toxic work environment. So that's kind of like what we were saying, right? For some of you. Now, not one thing is going to be true for every Aries that listens to this, especially when you consider there's Aries moons, Aries risings, different people listening to the reading. So for some of you, it might be a family member. For some of you, it may be a toxic work environment. We'll get to your astrology in a second. You do have growth. So this is going to be a month of growth for you. Yeah, for sure. You're going to be growing from something that happens this month. You do have the spirit of place. And I notice there's some fall leaves on this card. The spirit of place, which is a number 4, has come in reverse in your reading. And this card sort of beckons us to see how things truly are instead of how we'd like to see them. Are you trying to change something to suit your agenda? Or, more likely, is someone doing this to you? Is someone manipulating a situation to suit their agenda? Keep that in mind here. Now, what I've noticed about this is somebody is wearing a mask here too. And we talked about someone wearing a mask, so it looks like there might be someone in your environment wearing a mask, not showing who they truly are. So keep that in mind. You do have ÄLKÖMÜ here. I love this archetype. ÄLKÖMÜ is she's tied with Pluto, Scorpio. As you can see, it's very death related, right? She is the dark mother and the all-powerful Hindu goddess associated with destruction, death, and endings. She will tell the truth in spite of the pain it inflicts. She's a master of time and death. She will strip you bare, ultimately, in that way, creating a new version of you. Be willing to walk away from all the things this month that no longer serve you, Aries. Something must die for something else to grow. That's what she tells us. Okay, so now looking at your astrology, you do have the sign of Leo. You may be dealing with a Leo. You may have Leo highly aspected in your chart. There is, Leo is a fellow fire sign, as you know. Here we have, Taurus in the second house, and it says finances, value, possessions, telling you for some of you, this could be, it definitely is job related for some of you, which of course dips into your finances and your stability. With a family member, this could be financial too. It really will, because you have the pay me. I mean, there's many things pointing to money here, and it doesn't necessarily have to be work. It could be a family tie that has something to do with money. You have psyche here as well. And it says soul, consciousness, mind. Now, the interesting thing about psyche, she's like a number 16, right? She's an asteroid. She's made of iron and nickel. She's actually pretty valuable. She is pretty valuable. I don't remember what the number is. You can look it up on the internet. But if we ever got our hands on that particular asteroid, whoever claimed it would be rich generationally for a very, very long time. So it's a very valuable asteroid. It's the largest of the asteroids. And it's named after the Greek goddess of the soul who was born mortal. She married Eros, Cupid. And the name Psyche comes from a Greek word which means the soul, the mind, the spirit, or invisible animating entity that occupies that occupies the physical body. The body again. So it's that stuff, in short. It's that stuff we have inside us that animates us. But it animates what? The physical body. I'm telling you, there's something, your body is going to tell you something this month. Your body is going to communicate with you this month. You're going to feel something physically. And that's how you're going to know you're dealing with someone who's not particularly on the up and up with you, Aries. Now, let's see. We have, let's look at your tarot. At the beginning of the month, you do have your divine masculine. This is definitely a fire energy. And you may be stepping into your divine masculine here at the beginning of the month. What does that mean? It doesn't necessarily mean, it has nothing to do with genitalia. It has to do with being assertive. Like when you're stepping into your divine masculine, you're assertive, you're strong, you're being very decisive. When you're stepping into your divine feminine, you're more intuitive and nurturing. So it has nothing to do with sex per se. It has to do with attitude more than anything else. So you're stepping into your divine masculine here at the beginning of the month. You are also, this is the card of Leo, and Leo is showing up yet again. So Leo could be important to some of you. You do have the happiest card in the deck here, the Sun. But, it's this side of the Sun, and it's a little bit different. The sun has set, the sky is dark, and we see that obelisk here in the background, and it bears the symbol of the sun god Ra, right? So it pays homage to that god. There is a wall around this child's garden on this side of the card, and you can see the armed guards on the wall, and it's still positive, right? When you look at it, it's still positive, but if you notice, that child looks, I'm not going to say the child looks concerned, but the child looks a little bit more aware, a little bit less jovial, a little bit more aware. Stay on your guard. Those walls indicate your doubts and fears, and it also indicates you have doubts and fears that are justified. They're justified. You're not paranoid. Between this and the masculine card, it puts you on the offense to something. And, judging from your next card, I can see why. So the next card you chose here is the Ten of Swords. And this is Mars and Gemini energy. It's desolate, it's dark. It's an ending of a relationship or a situation, a job, a friendship. That separation card that we saw in conjunction with this sets a scene for two things coming apart. It's an ending. This gives birth to, no dogs, quiet. This gives birth to the Eight of Pentacles on this side. The sides are different. Now the Eight of Pentacles on this side is Mercury in Virgo. This is a card of legacy. You can see the two generations in this picture. You may be thinking about things at the start of the month after this thing happens. You may be asking yourself, between this and the family card here, what have you inherited from your parents? And what do you hope to pass down to your children, whether you have them or not? Is the child hypothetical? Are the pentacles hypothetical? Are you thinking about a job that you no longer have? Are you thinking about something you'd like to do? Are you thinking about children that aren't born yet, but you're thinking about your legacy? What am I leaving the people that come after me? It seems to be on your mind here at the beginning of the month, and it does seem like someone sort of stabs you in the back here. And you are almost prepared for it here. You have a wall up already. So it's something that you kind of sense, right? And now as we move to the middle of your month, before we do that, I just want you to know, I break down the numbers for each column, right? And when we broke down the numbers for the beginning of your month, they added up and broke down to a number 10. And we know that the number 10, especially judging from that, Ten of Swords, the number 10 is a completion, is an ending. But it's also something else. If we look at the planets, the number 10 planet is a hypothetical planet. It's called Planet X. It doesn't exist. It's something people think might be there. So there is something you think might be there that you can't see at the beginning of the month that ends up being true. Trust your gut, trust your body when you're going to feel something physically. Now, as we move to the center, mid-month, you have the Fate card, and it says detours, divine intervention. So you're being intervened. There's an intervention going on by the divine. Let's look at your cards. Wow, I see this. Yeah, you have the Death card. Now it's this side of the Death card, of course, right? Different. When we look at the Death card on this side as opposed to this side, this is our vision of death. And this, on this side, is death's version of us. Vision. It's death's death. I can't speak today. I'm having a problem communicating, and that never happened. So there you go. It's hard to put things into words during this reading. But this is our vision of death, and this is death's vision of us. We know that death is the card of Scorpio. We see the dawn on this side. We see the dawn rising. It's an ending, but it's not the end. From death's perspective, we see a wealthy merchant over here, and we see a court alchemist. The merchant's goals are to increase his income, protect his earthly values, his earthly riches, things that he's accumulated. The alchemist, his goal is to master the art of transmutation. Now, death is offering them a second chance to rethink their values and to prove themselves. The outcome is guaranteed positive here. What is it you need to rethink? Here in the center of your reading, you have, and this is what all the other energies sort of revolve around, you have the Two of Pentacles, and this is obviously you, and you see the infinity symbol there. This is you trying to balance things, perhaps make a decision. You're being asked not to ignore that ship behind you here, Aries. This is Saturn and Capricorn energy. You have new opportunities on the horizon. Be ready to demonstrate you are ready. Be ready to demonstrate you are ready for what's about to happen. Now here, all that energy we just talked about gives birth to the Eight of Cups on this side. Now this is another side with a child on it. You may be thinking about your children, whether you have them or not. You may be thinking about the idea of having children. You may be thinking about children you already have. You may be thinking about your future in general, right? But here we have the Eight of Cups. This is Neptune and Pisces. The comet signifies, and it's only on this side, right? The comet signifies that this is an important milestone for you this month. And what seems like an ending is actually a beginning. Right? There's a divine detour going on. What feels like an ending from the beginning of the month is actually a detour for you. Now, as we move to the end of the month, we have the Jupiter card, right? Courage, action. This is the card. When I think of this card, I always think of Sagittarius because that is their ruling planet, a fellow fire sign, right? Your end of month looks a little congested. You have, like I said, you have a lot of things over here, but one thing that I did want to tell you is that along with this Jupiter card, right, I did mention that. I forgot to add this up for you, or at least tell you what it added up to. It added up to the number 5, which, by the way, is the planet Jupiter. So it's almost like this was preparing you for what's to come. right? That divine detour started you off in that direction of Jupiter, and boom, here you are. Expansion, action, courage. Now, we have this Neptune in Cancer card. You know, some people believe that this knight is a Piscean card, but you know, in this deck you can see clearly the crab, right? This deck can be very different from other decks. And so on this side, we have the Knight of Cups, and his chalice is lifted to the constellation Orion. We can see that right here. And we see the crab that climbed out from the tidal pool. This is the shadow side of the Knight. This is his shadow side. And Orion, that constellation, is the hunter. And so he's lifting his cup up to that constellation / the hunter, because he too needs to have that chase, that hunt. Where have your interests gone here, Aries? Are you the hunter or the hunted? Also, that crab provides a similar warning as we saw in column 1 with that wall. Similar as we saw with the armadillo. Keep your guard up. Keep your guard up. Now, what's wonderful, because you have all this Jupiter energy, you have this that gives birth to the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, this is the Lord of Wealth. Virgo and Venus in this deck. And how do I know that? Look at his cloak. There's the symbol of Virgo and the symbol of Venus. Right? You don't need to be a rocket scientist. But this man has his loyal dog with him. He wears that cloak. He's obviously very wealthy. He shows his love for his earthly vocation, whatever it is. His desire to be of service. This is a card of reward, success, completion. We had our ending at the beginning of the month with that Ten of Swords. And here we have our reward at the end of the month with the Ten of Pentacles. You receive 2 cards for your final cards, where normally people receive 1. You receive the Lovers, the 5 of Swords on this side. So the Lovers is Gemini energy, and this could very well be a relationship for some of you. But, you know, we all know that the Lovers also stand for, they stand for a decision. And it also, there's like a little known fact about this card. You see the Lovers, they're standing naked before the Archangel, the woman and the man present between knowledge and ignorance. It always leaves us vulnerable because they're naked. They're vulnerable and they're naked. We can create our personal paradise that way if we make the choice. And the choice is paired with this card, which is the 5 of Swords on this side. Do you want to walk away from a situation, giving up what you have attained, what you have worked for? Do you want to just move on to the next thing? Or do you want to fight for what's yours? I'm not telling you what to do, Aries. But there is a choice you're going to need to make here. You have attained something. That is clear. You have attained something with this Ten of Pentacles. Doesn't look like it was easily won. Doesn't look like this was something that was just handed to you. It does look like there was a rebirth here. Where is it? There is a rebirth here, and it's connected to that Ten of Swords. We know what else is connected to the Ten of Swords. You have the Ten of Swords, rebirth, second chance, Ten of Pentacles. Boom. Your guard's up. Keep it up. You need to have your guard up this month. I'm not trying to make anyone paranoid. I'm just telling you the facts. Let's move on to your warnings here. You have the reflection card. I don't know. This could be your reflection. It could be someone trying to confuse you with projections. It is a warning column after all, right? So let's see. We have, as your first warning card, we have the Seven of Cups on this side. Now on this side, it's kind of nice. It's choices. You see that smiling moon, right? It's all lit up and pretty. Doesn't look so nice on this side. Look at his face. It's dark. Dingy. Mars and Scorpio. The man pictured on this side is blind. I mean, you can tell by his eyes, right? He's blind. You can see his shelter and safety are nearby there in the distance. But he's chosen to like go into the night, right? Into the unknown. He looks scared. He looks confused. Beware, Aries, of wandering too far from where you feel comfortable. From where you can still see the truth clearly. Now, we have these two cards here as well. And we have a queen who's actually a knight. You have the Queen of Cups, which is Neptune in Cancer. There's a lot of Cancerian cards here on the table for sure. There's a warning about an energy around you, male or female, that is going to come off, or perhaps already has come off, nurturing, caring, friendly, loving, however. Coupled with the Seven of Cups and the next card, I would be careful of what you divulge to this person. This is a false Queen of Cups. What she, the Queen of Cups typically is someone who puts their heart first, someone who is nurturing, warm, sweet, emotional. This next card proves that she or he is neither or none of those things. This is Mercury and Gemini, but more than that. This knight is as far from a Queen of Cups as he can be. We talked about it. A true queen puts her emotions first, or a true Queen of Cups anyway, right? Puts her emotions first. We can see this knight does the exact opposite. If you look on the horse's trappings, we have the elemental symbols for air and water. And if you look at where they're located, we have the air in the front and the water in the back. This knight's first impulse is to use his mind and put his heart aside. His impulse is to take over, to argue. Someone's trying to confuse you. Someone's trying to confuse you. Someone's trying to project something. Those are your warnings. There is a warning here, I believe, about a specific person. Now, let's look at your blessings. Your blessings are you're going to be receiving messages, and it says dreams, but I really believe here that you're going to be receiving messages from your body. Your body's going to react to bullshit this month. Your body's going to be a bullshit detector. You're going to feel something. And there's just no two ways about it. You have the Ace of Cups, which is a gift from the universe. It is a gift. You're going to be receiving a gift. Nothing more is required of you at this stage but to accept it, receive, and give thanks when this presents itself. Now here, this leads right into the Six of Wands on this side. The Six of Wands is Jupiter and Leo. You're going to be successful, Aries. You're going to come out of this on top. This side reminds you to thank anyone who was instrumental in helping you reach your goal. Because you've had help. There is some help here on the table. Definitely. Now, your final blessing is the moon on this side. Now, the moon is a Cancerian card. A lot of people believe it is a Piscean card. In this deck, sort of both of them are portrayed here, and I'll tell you why or how. You have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is a Piscean card, right? We see, especially in this deck, the card is representing both, because the actual constellation over the priestess head is Cancer. So the artist found a creative way to represent both on this card. And this is an initiation of sorts. You have been initiated into something this month, Aries. Now we see what that growth card was. Now we see what that growth card means. And your job is to be the armadillo. Protect yourself. Listen to your body. Your body's not going to steer you wrong. It's a very physical month for you. Now here in your blessings column, this broke down, added up and broke down to a number 7, just like in the warnings. It's Uranus. So you have Uranus over here. Uranus is the rule breaker. Demolish patterns, break rules that have always been in place, at least so far in your life. There's something definitely happening here. Fate has a hand in it. Definitely fate has a hand in it. You're going to be receiving messages from your body this month for sure. Let me move that over there. Show me the beginning of the month for Aries. You have finger. It says warning you of a problem either now or in the future. Yep. We talked about what that is. Now give me mid-month, please. You have fly, a period of ill health and depression. I would say so. I'm not seeing ill health. I'm not seeing ill health, but I am seeing a sort of, and I'm not even particularly seeing depression, to be honest with you, but I feel like it's something it's going to be physical. And I think it's the physical, you're going to physically feel something. It's not sickness. It's a physical feeling that you're going to feel around a specific person, and you're going to know that they are not, they don't come in peace. They're not your friend. So I don't think it's depression. I definitely don't think it's sickness either. I think we talked about this over and over again. Your body's going to be the one to shine the light on this. You have here ink pot problems to be resolved. And you have in your warnings, persevere and you will overcome problems. And in your final leg here, you have 2 cards. Interesting. You have man, dealings or relationship with a man, and broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Now, I do think someone is going to stab you in the back. And I do think in that way it'll be unsuccessful, right? I mean, that doesn't scream success. However, we talked about that something has to die. Oh, it's over here. Something has to die in order for something else to grow. Something is going to replace that, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. It's a family member. It's a friendship. It's a relationship. It's a job. It's somebody. It could be a toxic work. There's something going on that you're going to end up getting screwed over. I don't know. Something bad's going to happen in that respect, but something really good is going to grow from that. You have the freaking 10 of Pentacles here at the end of the month. No ifs, ands, or buts here. Someone's wearing a mask around you. Do you know who that is already? I think 1 or 2 of you might know who that is already. Give me something for Aries, please. Give me something for Aries, please. Thank you. You have the Chariot. The card of Cancer. Cancer came up a lot in this reading. Are you dealing with a Cancer? Do you have Cancer highly aspected in your chart? It seems as though, right? The Chariot denotes obviously forward motion. You're going to be moving out of this energy. There may be a man involved in this situation. There may be a man involved. Or it just may be the divine masculine that we were talking about. Somebody who is sitting in their divine masculine. You have passion, the soul. You're going to find your passion this month. I believe that. And you see those butterflies. Death and rebirth. The bottom, you have earth. Earth. Now, why does that sound familiar to me? There was something in this reading involving Earth. There was. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. It is the end of month, the last leg of your month. The breakdown, when we add it up and then break it down, it was the number 3. And the number 3 is planet Earth. Look it up on the internet. Not lying. Home. What does it say on this card? You have come home. Yeah, you're going to end up in a better place. You're going to go suffer a loss. Now, this loss could be something big. It could be something small. Somebody is definitely wearing a mask around you that you are going to uncover. Your spidey sense may be tingling as we speak. This does have something to do with a family tie. I don't know whether you're supporting your family. I mean, it could be it could be a whole host of things, right? I just want to read off. Your lucky numbers are 7, 59, 3, 13, 4, 15, 16, 7, and 14. Your keywords are definitely, wouldn't you say, body, initiation, armadillo mask, and we'll put Jupiter in there for good measure. I don't think it's a real specific keyword, but it did come up a couple of times. The planet of expansion. You have that in your corner right here. And it came up at least once in your numerology as well. Do not forget, this is definitely this is something to do with your finances. I mean, it just says that way too many times. There is something that's going to happen to your body around a person. It doesn't mean you're going to be thrown on the floor and you're not going to be in convulsions. It's not going to be anything that dramatic, but you're going to feel a wave of something. Your stomach will tighten up. Your back will tighten up. Maybe your throat will get dry. Something will happen. You're going to notice it. I wish you all the best. I wish you a happy Samhain. Join us for our seance to be announced this month. Namaste, Aries.